Welcome back, everybody. You know, after a stroke, life can be changed forever for both the stroke survivor and their caregiver. But the right support can help anyone adjust to their new reality. Today, Rhonda Gonzalez, a rehab admissions specialist from East Jefferson General Hospital, is here to talk about a local support group that can help people out. Welcome to the show, Rhonda.
Thank you, Malik.
Thank you so much for being here, and this is fascinating to me. This support group has been going on for 30 years, and you know, people in my family have been affected by a stroke, so I'm glad we're talking about this. Once someone has a stroke, what types of support do they need?
Well, initially, people are often needing physical therapy, occupational therapy, maybe speech therapy, of course, nursing and medical care, in the hospital, they receive all of that and receive that education, but we find, as you know, recovery from a stroke takes a long time.
Absolutely.
So they often need additional support after that.
And it's so great that you all offer that. So for people who are wondering what you all do at the support group, you all offer these different types of services and more?
Mm-hmm. So the stroke support group is open to the public, and it's a means, it's an outlet for people to come get continued education. Maybe it's from the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
They may teach them issues about how to improve their balance or exercise routines. We may have occupational therapy come in and talk about adaptive equipment that can make their life more independent. We may have the speech therapist come in and talk about memory techniques or improving speech and language.
And I appreciate that you all do this support group. As you all can see, it is free and open to the public the last Wednesday of every month. But on top of all of the physical, there's an emotional aspect that you all also talk about in this group, correct?
Absolutely, and I think that's probably the biggest component is that emotional recovery. So yes, we're trying to get someone as independent as possible, but like you said, this is a life-changing event.
It is.
That can be devastating, and it's estimated that 20 to 30% of people actually experience some type of anxiety or depression after that. And so this is a way to give people some support, hope, and encouragement, mostly from their peers, but also from the healthcare workers, so that they know that they're not alone, and we can provide that encouragement and guidance for them.
And you know what I enjoy about you all's group is that you all allow people to share their stories so they know that they're not alone in their struggles, but you all also bring in different guest speakers. You've actually brought us a nice display table of some things from last month's special guest speaker. Tell me about these things on the table.
So I'm gonna give a shout out to our guest speaker was Morgan Foray,
hey,
an
Morgan.
occupational therapist, and she let me borrow these great items. So our topic last month was enhancing your independence with adaptive equipment.
Come on.
This one's probably my favorite. If we were trying to get out of a car, when you open the door, there's a metal ring on the side of the door. You may not even pay attention to it, but this little device can fit in right on the side of the door, and so as the person is going to get out of the car, they have an additional handle, so it gives them an additional base of support for getting in and out of the car.
And it helps especially if you have a low vehicle like mine. My uncle was having trouble getting out the car. I wish I would have had this in my car. What is this called again?
It's actually, I believe, just an door handle or an extended handle.
There we go.
You can find this, online, very inexpensive.
For sure. Here I see we have a sippy cup as well.
So some people have difficulty grasping. Spilling may be an issue, so sometimes a sippy cup or a cup with a lid helps prevent that.
Elastic shoelaces, why?
So one of the things that many people suffer from is paralysis on one side of their body. So it can be difficult to tie your shoes. So with the elastic shoelaces, you can actually put these in your shoe and pretty much be able to open the shoe without having to untie it.
Fascinating. And like I mentioned, everybody, this is just one of the many guest speakers that they have coming in this month. You're actually going to be doing one on personality changes, because like you mentioned, you know, there's a whole emotional side to having a stroke that happens. But I want to ask you this in the time we have left. enough, Rhonda. For people out there who maybe it's their loved one, maybe it's them, who may feel like they're ashamed to go to a support group like this to reach out for help, tell us why they need to do so.
Well, I hope that people will take this as an invitation to come. We have people who come in their varying ages, anywhere from 40 to maybe 80 plus years old, and they come and they share their stories. There's an old saying, if you share your sorrows, they divide. If you share your successes, they multiply. And so, you know, we get to celebrate with each other when someone is able to walk again. Maybe they go back to driving, or even better, back to work.
Or start talking again, which is amazing.
That's right.
Rhonda, you are wonderful. Thank you so much for the information today. And remember, everybody, this stroke support group meets on the last Wednesday of every month at 6 o'clock at night. They're in the 9th floor rehab dining room at East Jefferson General Hospital. You're seeing the address on your screen right there. It is free and it's open to the public. For more information about all the things they are doing over there, head over to ejgh.org. We'll be